Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks. A very strange See If It Sticks this week, not because of the content of the show, but because of the personnel on the show. For this week, I am the beautiful, wonderful filling in a extremely sexy sandwich. I am Dan.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Emily.
Yes, I have replaced both Dom and Ross for the week. Dom arrived to record our podcast this week and proceeded to vomit everywhere.
I poisoned him. I'm sick of hearing him. I wanted to be on the show so much that
I'm not going to lie to
measures.
you. It pans out fairly well because the amount of emails we get about having more women on the show.
Mostly from me.
yeah, all you.
Yeah.
Yes, it has been noted that Dom, Ross, and my voices are incredibly difficult to masturbate to. So this is going to be a really great week.
Not quite sure what that's going to. How I feel about that.
So this is going to be. It's going to be just a.
You should try listening to Mike Orvis, to be fair, because he is easy as anything.
Sexy.
Are we recording?
It is recording.
Your face looks like we're not recording.
It's recording.
It is recording.
Dan
No.
looks somewhere between frustrated and terrified.
I am. I think it is making noise. It is making lines on the screen.
Ideal.
It is okay. Yes. It's just I was concerned for just a moment because I had scrolled across on my laptop and I could just see a single straight line on Emily's microphone, and I thought for a moment that it wasn't recording her.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Usually, I think these microphones are balanced to have incredibly loud people like me, Dom, and Ross on every week.
More dulcet tones.
Yeah. So when someone who isn't trying to shout their point across comes into the studio, it doesn't seem to
flatlining.
come up on here. Yeah. So we're gonna do just a little quick one this week. Unfortunately,
we all love a quickie.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't? Unfortunately, without Dom here, this means that because we need to get wrapped up quite quickly, there will not be a news on Monday either. Unfortunately.
Sad times.
However,
You're really slacking these last few weeks, aren't you?
really
Unacceptable.
I know. It is.
What am I paying good money for?
Well, I will tell you. I'll tell you what you're going to get for your money.
Enlighten me.
You are going to get an incredible 2-part Christmas special. I'm not going to give away too many details. I have teased it a little bit on Facebook. But I'm so glad you both act surprised, even though you were both here for the recording of it yesterday.
Doing it for you.
So yeah, we've been quiet over the last couple of weeks because we've been writing and
You say
planning.
you've been writing.
Yeah, I've been writing and planning and then doing that.
It was really good fun as well to record, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fab.
Really
It was
funny.
brilliant.
I'm glad people enjoyed it because it did take, I don't mind revealing that it took 6 hours.
All fucking day.
It took more than 100% longer than I thought it was going to take.
Yeah.
I expected it would probably take about that long, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah. Especially with a room full of people.
And I love that someone pointed out that they'd done a working day here.
Yeah.
Your checks are all in the mail.
Paid in pizza.
Which was excellent, to be fair. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
I'm glad that my bank account
very much.
was not as happy with it this morning, but I did get quite a good deal. I did get about £170 worth of pizza for about 80, so
Perfect.
it all worked out
Bargain.
quite
That's
well.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys mentioned as you arrived. This is by the way, this is not pure chance that you guys were arriving. I had
No, I'm a stalker. I need to
Yes.
get that out there. I'm a stalker, and Emily was trying to stop me.
Lauren lives here, and Emily was arriving to be a guest on the show because Ross wasn't going to be around this week. But I opened the door, and there happened to be two people standing there, which worked perfectly well, and I had a minor meltdown at the door because I was so ecstatic.
I should clarify that we lived together. So, I was dropping Emily off.
Yes,
I wasn't just randomly here for
all
fun.
three of
Yeah,
us.
just
All
for
three of
lols.
us lived together.
All three of us and
You
our large
wish.
ginger cat, George.
Yeah, George. So I believe you mentioned something which is kind of in keeping with the season. What?
Do you want to fill us in, Ems?
What is your problem?
Well, Christmas decks, I think, as we're being seasonal, topical. Yeah, Christmas decks.
Tell me the story.
Have you got a
Bit of
problem
an
with all of
issue.
them? A blanket hatred for Christmas decorations?
Not a hatred. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
It's just doing it. Once they're up and they look beautiful, then I love it. But putting them up, not so much.
How many times did we rearrange our Christmas tree lights?
Was it 3?
Yeah.
3 times?
3 times.
Yeah. Took the whole
them
thing
on.
off, put them on again. Took the whole thing off, put them on again.
We were both
Yeah.
quite distraught with each other by the end of it, but we kissed and made up, so it's fine. But yeah, it wasn't exactly the festive frolic that I had in mind.
Not really. No,
What
not really.
what kind of Christmas decorations do you guys opt for? Do you opt for the like a sort of a nice, the modern kind of look, or do you go for the super foiled hanging decorations on the ceiling, or is it just
I think we're a sort of happy medium, aren't we?
that's
Yeah.
good?
We
That's
have
good.
tinsel, but we don't have foil garlands on the ceiling. So we're all good.
Yeah, in the front room we've got kind of quite traditional. We've got this beautiful fireplace, haven't we? So we've got like this
Yeah.
really gorgeous traditional garland that is across that.
Lovely.
And we've got a red, green and gold combo Christmas tree with lots of very expensive fancy baubles on.
Colour themed.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's my fault. And then, as a happy medium, because this is a 50-50 relationship,
Bless.
she says, we've got in the kitchen a little, well, medium-sized crazy Christmas tree that's got all sorts of weird and wonderful, multicoloured, much more Emily-focused baubles on.
Well, do you know what? I think we have just solved the first problem of the day with the secondary Christmas tree, because
Yeah.
I come from, in my house, my dad, when I was a kid, we always had like hundreds of those foil hangy decorations.
Ugh.
Yeah, we
Like-
did when we were
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
To the point that my
Very
dad,
90s.
yeah. Well, the thing is, we had an Artex ceiling which kept the holes in it all year. So, and my dad had these. This is crazy, and people don't believe me when I tell them this. Had these little. When we got the Christmas decorations out, he had little maps. All of the decorations.
amazing.
They were all
Wow.
numbered. Like, and some of them were even like 13A and 13B. No idea why they were 13A and 13B and not just 13 and 14. Like they were obviously similar enough to be numbered the same.
Wow.
But yeah, we had maps, and we had to follow the map. And if anything was in the wrong place, it would be awful.
So it's the
That
same
is
thing
problem
in the same
solved.
place every year.
Same thing, same place every year.
Mad.
Because there were certain places where, like, as you came down the stairs, you couldn't have anything hanging too low.
Right.
So you had to
Yeah.
have something there, and like doors would open and it couldn't touch a decoration, so it had to be a
Yeah.
particular one there and whatnot. But now it's kind of been toned down since my parents redid the house. Like, it's been toned down to like a nice modern, like, tinsel over the the mirror,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of
Yeah.
like Christmas tree, no tacky foil decorate. I say tacky, I love them.
Yeah, I love them too. But they really remind me of my childhood. Like now
Yeah.
they look hideous, but
They're
back in the
vetoed
day,
now.
Yeah,
it really
yeah.
reminds me of being like 8 years old, coming down, decks
Yeah.
up, amazing.
But our Christmas tree was always like kid-centric. It was like, here is a giant box of tinsel and shitloads of baubles and little hanging wooden things and like, whatever you want, put it on the tree.
Yeah.
With some weird stipulations from my dad that the top of the tree had to have white tinsel on it because it looked like it was snow-capped, and the bottom had to be silver because it had icicle lights
Great.
hanging on it.
Love that.
But so that was like crazy. But then now that
So I love that they gave you the impression that was okay,
Yes.
and they would just throw things at it. And the minute you went to bed, they were there like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
it
The
looks
whole
like a
tree got
complete
rearranged.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was like, we still have a very similar tree at my parents' house now. It's
Yeah.
multicolored, like anything and everything goes on there. However, now that I'm sort of doing Christmases with my girlfriend Maddie, like Maddie has got a theme. I believe I'm probably going to get shot for this.
That's right, we'll get a correction
better get it
in next
right.
week.
I've got a feeling that it is
Think about it.
red, gold, and purple.
Oh, combo.
Purple.
That's a weird combo.
Purple's not a Christmas colour.
Looks great on a tree though.
Mm.
So like when if we go shopping for decorations and things like that, there's a certain colour scheme I have to stick to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I did that with the big Christmas tree. Yeah.
And I always I didn't realise that people did that until
Yeah.
Until the last couple of years. So now I feel like, maybe
get another tree, Dan. Make it your tree.
That's it. Like,
you need your own tree.
Because I feel like sometimes I feel like I am like a child that just needs to colour outside of the lines.
Well, she just needs to do what all parents do and just let you do it, and then go as soon as you've gone to bed, straight
just
back down
rearrange
there,
it,
correcting it, fixing it, making it not look like someone's barfed all over it.
That is 100% a great solution, though. Everyone should get their own tree.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
That is great.
All right, problem solved for that. Ideal. Didn't even know we had that problem. That's solved. I'm doing a map this year, just saying. Like, I can see the fear in your eyes, Emily. I'm doing a fucking map. Amazing.
Well,
best idea ever.
You did look for pictures of what we had last year.
Yeah, I did.
To see where...
Did you?
Everything went
last year.
You're turning into my dad.
Oh, God.
He is a genius. Brilliant idea. I'm doing that.
You've given her
have a
ideas
completely obscure numbering system for them.
Fine. No problem. Yeah. I'll chuck some random names in and stuff as well, just for fun.
The other one that people seem to contend with, have you guys got on with untangling the lights, or have you bought new?
Yeah, see, I coiled them as an ex-sound and lighting engineer. I coiled them beautifully before I put them away. So actually, I didn't have a problem.
Organised.
At all. But yeah, it's a bit like the headphone conundrum, isn't it? When you want to get it out and they go...
Yeah,
giant
so I wrap my headphones up every time I put them in my pocket.
Yeah.
They've got a little pouch.
Perfect.
But then I get them out. And
that's what we need.
It's like, I might as well have just not bothered.
Yeah, yeah. But then you get some, like the one that we rearranged on the big Christmas tree was in one long line. So that was fine because you just started at the top or the bottom and wound it up and that was fine. But the other set that I got dirt cheap from somewhere in the sale is in like a loop. So it starts and finishes at the same end. So it's like you're tying up your Christmas tree in some weird S&M stance, like hanging it from the ceiling, trying with these fucking lights to get it to go around. Yeah. It's a nightmare. I think they should be illegal.
They pissed me off
law
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they were the most frustrating ones.
They would 2, maybe 3 times as well, on and off.
Yeah. Oh, they shouldn't be allowed.
No, they were annoying.
What I'm thinking that what should happen is that like the Christmas lights should have some sort of magnet in them so that they would repel each other.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because then they would never kind of like cross over, would they?
Well, I wondered if we could just get like a bit of an upgrade on the fibre optic Christmas tree.
Right,
because fibre optic Christmas trees look shit. Like they look absolutely rubbish because you've just got these like weird spokey bits of spaghetti that change colour and they just look rubbish. But I think maybe if you did something with lasers. I mean, if you did something with...
Have you been listening to the show?
You could maybe have something that's a bit more programmable, a little bit more... Like you could type in, like, I want red, gold and purple or whatever. But just better than shitty fibre optic.
You know what you need? You need to do? We need to get, like, the base of the tree... what with like wireless charging technology.
Nice.
It used to be like essentially an electricity transmitter, and then you just get little LED bulbs all separate, and you can program them a little bit like, how you can have those. We discussed a couple of episodes ago. Actually, you can get those lights that you can like control with your phone. And they can pretty much go sort of any colour and whatnot.
You could get like clip-on ones that you could clip onto each branch individually where you wanted it.
Just attach them to the tree wherever you want. And then
that would take even longer though, wouldn't it?
That would take quite a long time. Yeah, and I'd be really anal about it and you would get annoyed and just be like, just put the fucking lights on.
You could put like a little gel on them and just throw them at the tree. And then they would just sort of stick in there like... like
magnetics. So you could have like the positive magnets on the tree and the negative magnets would be the lights and you just sort of throw them at it. That's a good idea.
And it'd just go on every year, wouldn't it?
Perfect. Yeah. Solved. That'll do. Next.
What's the next part of decorating the house?
I don't know. Have you got any like traditional, not traditional, like heirlooms that people have passed down through your family? Like, oh, these were grandma's whatevers or whatever. The ones that, like in my house, we've got one that always means that it's Christmas, and it's this really, really old. It's like a mobile with like wind chimes on, and it's got little paper angels, like proper cartoon angels.
Aren't they plastic?
No, they're paper.
Oh,
they're quite thick cardboard.
Plastic.
And it's got like 3 little jingly bits on. And I remember when I was a kid, it used to hang on the smoke alarm in the hallway, and you could reach it if you ran up the stairs and reached your hand over and bashed it. And that would mean that it was Christmas. Once that went up, that was it. Christmas began. And now we've moved house since then, and we live in a bungalow. My parents live in a bungalow. And they hang it in the hallway, and you cannot help but walk into it. But I walk into it on purpose. Every time I walk in the door, I walk straight through it, because then it means it's Christmas, and that's the best feeling ever.
We never really, there wasn't none of that sort of thing that was like passed down, but there were sort of like certain things that and we still have them. Like we have this little, it's like a kind of a carousel kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
Like, but you light these candles around it, and you've got these little fan things on the top, so then the heat turns the thing, and then the people sort of go around on the carousel.
How big is it? Is it quite big? I've seen little teeny weeny ones.
It's kind of like, I guess it's like 2/3 of a foot high.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember that. And then we had these wooden Christmas decorations that some of them have got sort of so busted over the years, because they were like, one of them was like a functioning sort of like little wooden bell. So like my brother and I would always be like jingling the bell. So the actual, what's it called in a bell? The pip of a bell? The thing that actually bashes against the sides.
I want to say dong.
The dong of the bell.
That
is a good question.
A listener writing, isn't it?
Yes.
Send us your.
Yeah, what is that called?
You know,
what is the little nipple
us.
inside the bell called?
Pretty sure it's not called a nipple or a dong.
We can dream. Yeah, some of those got like really broken. There's lots of things like that in my house that have been sort of like fixed and refixed over the years, but every year they still come out, kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that.
This year was the actually I do have an announcement to make. Percy, the light up penguin from our front drive, has passed away this year. 15 years strong. He guarded our house outside.
15 years.
15 years.
Ages.
Yeah.
That is pretty good going, isn't it? You can't imagine something from the range lasting that long, can you?
No, absolutely not. I can't remember where it came from. Dad told me the other day where it came from when he called me. Specifically, he didn't really call me. Like, you imagine
Guess
that.
what I found, Daniel? You won't believe it.
You're up too much. I'm at work. I need you to come home now.
You must see this right away.
Something has happened.
He was all dressed in black.
Yeah,
there was a little cardboard box.
In fact, we did bury Percy this week, which was really hard because we block paved the garden, so we had to dig that up.
Percy is under the patio.
Yeah, so it was the death he would have wanted. Yeah, more than anything, I just can't believe that in sort of like this sort of day and age where you can't put like a pumpkin outside your front garden without someone coming over and booting its face in, that the penguin has survived for quite so long.
Yeah.
Because everything else, especially like,
what a hero.
Especially Christmas stuff, like if you buy a Christmas decoration, you don't kind of expect it to last for more than a few years. There's always something that fucks up on it.
Well, now there's this new thing with the laser, the projecting lights, isn't it, on the side of your house? Yes, of course,
on the front of the house.
That's the thing now.
I'm sure Dom's in his element.
I mean, that is kind of like a good way to start thinking about going, because it does mean that you don't have any of the faff of...
No.
Although you
That's
say that,
solved,
and
to be fair.
Someone at work said their neighbour they've run the cable from their front window down their drive across the pavement and attached it to the lamppost so that it projects nicely onto the side of the wall of their house.
Oh my God.
Brilliant. Health and safety.
That's like desperate measures, isn't also, it, to get the right...
Now that I think about it, yeah. It probably would be more hassle, because the amount of time that it would take you to actually put up Christmas decorations it'd probably take you 3 times as long to actually program the lasers to do what you need.
I can't imagine anyone's nan programming any lasers.
No,
let's be honest.
No.
I just think everyone should get a tool
people.
like the woman does on the Grinch, where she's got that gun and fires it at the house. Sorted.
That's how you could do your wireless lights.
Lights are up. Done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something quite magical though, isn't there, about like getting all the Christmas decks out and,
I completely agree.
You know, just making it really festive. Like my parents always left it really late. Like we were lucky if they were up by like the 23rd. Normally it was Christmas Eve and I was putting them up because I was so pissed off there were no fucking lights up.
Yeah.
So I when Emily and I moved in together, I said, right, that's it. I don't want to go in November. It's too early. That's not, it's too early for Christmas. But first weekend of December, I want to get stuff out and start getting Christmassy, because otherwise you get like 2 weeks out of them. You spend all this fucking time putting them up. Yeah. Massive headache, and then they go away in 2 weeks.
It's bad luck to have them too far into the new year.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was it. I was like, right, first week of December, it's going up.
Yeah,
but
make the most of it.
We didn't have a cat last year. We didn't have a giant, huge, fucking ginger, grumpy, lovely, darling kitten.
Mm-hmm.
The cat. So we've had to put up the tree and just put the tinsel on it and the lights, and that's it for now until he's decided he doesn't hate the tree, and then we're going to put like the cheap baubles around the bottom and the more expensive baubles towards the top.
Good plan.
Because I'm terrified he's going to like rip down my tree.
Yeah.
How do I solve that problem other than doing it slowly? I think electrocute the fucking tree. If he goes near my tree, mate, electrocute the cat.
Well, I mean, when I used to have a cat when I was a kid, which and we obviously had the Christmas tree, and the cat would sort of like muck around with the things. And the solution to that was
get rid of the
he
cat.
died. Yeah. So.
Whoa.
The Christmas tree's been pristine since, apart from the 1 year that my brother and I had a fight and fell into it.
Problem solved.
Perfect.
So that's it. Death to cats at
Get rid of the
Christmas.
cat.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
I think maybe like what we need is maybe some sort of like little static shock. That'll sort of like
an electric fence. So like electric tinsel. Near I can plug the tinsel in as part of the magnetic lights.
Would also stop children from going near it.
Nice.
If you ever happen to have any children around.
Yeah.
They're always ruining things, aren't they, kids?
Yeah.
Meddling little hands.
Yeah.
Kids and cats are pretty much the same thing.
Little arseholes. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a great idea.
Oh,
electrified tinsel.
Can we just invent it?
I've always had cats at Mum and Dad's house. I've always grown up with cats, and they've never done anything with the tree at Mum and Dad's house. It's weird, isn't it? Never climbed it or knocked anything off or just sit underneath it.
Well, let's hope
the presents.
George doesn't.
Maybe they think that they're
he will
a present.
just to piss me off. He does things just to piss me off. But we have a love-hate relationship. It's fine. He loves Emily.
Yeah,
he
fucking hates me.
He might be all right. I mean, I have spoken on this podcast before that we, Maddie and I spent a week in your house with your cat.
Yeah.
And I got on really well.
George.
I got on really well with George.
You're nice.
He's beautiful.
Because I'm an asshole.
He came up and had a little nap on me.
Oh, did he?
A couple of days in a row.
Honoured. You are honoured.
Yeah.
Right. He just kind of gets up very fast though, which is a problem when you have testicles. But just right when you're not expecting it, you've got this lovely warm cat purring in your lap, and you kind of just start to drift off to sleep, and then all of a sudden the weight of the big cat is fully on 1 foot on your balls. Good grief.
Yeah, true. Well, if he breaks my tree, then Maddie's going to get a nice ginger scarf for Christmas.
you can turn it into a decoration.
Yeah, I could.
He could be like the angel on the top of the
have
tree.
Him sat like on the sofa at all times. People do that.
Yeah, I've been to someone's house where they did that. That was so creepy.
That could be the solution, though.
I didn't know that till after as well.
What do you mean you didn't know till after?
We were at someone's house, and I thought it was one of those like the toys that look like real cats sort of thing. We were like, oh, look at this. Oh, it feels real. Oh, that's cool. And after she said, oh yeah, that's my cat. I had him stuffed. It was really creepy.
Creepy as
that was
there
really
is something
creepy.
a bit terrifying about that, isn't there?
Yeah. Curled up asleep next to her fireplace.
But it could be kind of like an investment though, because even though you might have to put up put up with a couple of Christmases with the current cat that you have possibly toiling with your tree, then if you get him stuffed and put him on the tree, it'd be like in medieval times when they put the heads of like vagrants.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Yeah.
the entrance way to the town, so that robbers,
villains beware.
Yeah. That'd be it. Like
you can go in the middle of the wreath. I've got a wreath on the door and can go right in the middle of that. Perfect.
It can go really well because then like any cat that you get after that will be thinking, holy shit, I better not go near that. Look what happened to the last cat. And then like if anyone breaks into your house Home Alone style, they'll also be like, holy fuck, who are these people? They've killed the cat and stuffed it on the fucking tree.
Perfect.
There's no way that I'm robbing this house.
Idea. Yeah, don't bother robbing our house. There's fuck all to steal.
Cat barbarians.
Is there anything else you would like to cover before we wrap up this short style podcast?
I'm starting to feel
this week?
quite festive, which is nice.
Yeah,
I am too. The Christmas hadn't really hit me until I've just started reminiscing about my putting up decorations with weird number systems on.
I'm glad we could have brought some festive cheer to you, young Dan.
Ho ho ho.
Right, let's go and get some dinner, shall we? I'm fucking starving.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will. I will send Ross over a explanatory name for this podcast.
Oh yeah, we haven't named the podcast.
You could name it if you want, but
we can't go without naming the podcast.
Okay.
It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
What were we talking about?
Oh, Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas, killing the cat at Christmas. Something to do
That's
with
a bit morbid.
Yeah, why not?
A Christmas
and we're not
cattle.
suggesting it. Bit of a stretch there, Dan.
You have to swing for the fences sometimes. Sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss.
Yeah.
But it's the only way you score a home run.
Yeah, you got to go for it. Oh, I wish I hadn't said we want to do this now.
Yeah,
it's always the
now we're
hardest
just going to
bit.
sit here
right.
in silence.
Okay, what have we
Don't worry,
talked
the
about?
silence parts get edited, so it sounds like
good.
we're extremely witty. And like
The whole time.
We think of these incredible puns off the top of our heads, even though sometimes it goes on to 4 in the morning.
Secrets revealed.
Something to do with, I don't know. You get something to do with getting a puppy for Christmas, but you don't. We've got a cat instead. All I wanted was a puppy. Oh, Dan's got his thinking face on. All right, let's just chat shit while Dan thinks of something really epic, because he always
we've
wins
been doing
anyway.
that.
Let's do something with Dom's name in it.
What about something about vomiting? To be on topic.
Merry Christmas, Dom was sick. Dom was sick, Merry Christmas. Merry Sickmas.
Hey. This needs to be something festive, doesn't it?
Christmas cat down.
Yeah. Christmas decks and something else. Tough one. This is a bit where Dean is at home screaming at the podcast, going, "It's so obvious, it's this."
Yeah.
Call it this.
Mind you, I think you were the most recent one to text me about.
Oh yeah, you were talking about
a
your
name.
bedroom, painting your bedroom. And
Yes.
it used to be black, and Maddie's now done it in this beautiful dark orangey colour. And it was evident to me that you should have called it Orange is the New Black.
I cannot believe that we
You
didn't get
missed
that.
it. And you said it like 3 times. Oh, it was black and now it's going orange.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's new orange colour. And I was like, orange is the new black, Dan. Come on. Yeah. Oh, well.
Don't worry, we'll edit that in to make us look really good.
Ross
on
has
that
got
podcast.
4 years of editing to do for this fucking See If It Sticks Christmas special. So
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think it's
That is
fair to
true.
get him to edit that
He's
as
not going to
well.
be editing much.
I'm standing up for you, Ross. Don't worry. I got your back.
I'm trying to think of other Christmas Carol.
I thought that was your poo face.
It's
Is it both?
it's actually kind of like a multi-use face.
Right.
It's like poop, thinking, intercourse,
Fart,
fart,
all sorts.
Yeah. It's also anger,
Dan's just got one face.
sorrow. Just stuck.
One face Dan.
Yeah, you know that, like when your nan tells you when you're a kid that if you keep making the same face, you're going to get stuck that way.
Yeah.
What they don't tell you is that it means it's the only face you can ever do.
Yeah.
What about
This is going to be good, I can tell.
Oh, I don't know.
What
What
there's
about
a smirk.
it rhymes? That's all that matters, isn't it?
I
Funny.
I like a rhyming one.
What about Christmas lights and tree cat fights?
Fine, I like that.
That'll do. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Just to clarify, it's Christmas lights and tree cat fights.
Yeah.
I
And
like it.
send in your suggestions for better names. 'Cause
Yes.
we love that.
Because we need
There's going to be
some.
something really obvious there, like orange is the new black.
Yeah, that we've completely missed.
And also, most importantly, if nothing comes out of this podcast this week, I would like to know what the little bit inside of Belle is called.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
someone tell me what the
Yeah.
little bit inside of Belle is called.
Yeah.
I
I
would
feel
really
like I
to
know,
Yeah, I feel like I should know, but no
but
idea.
I don't.
Weak Belle knowledge in the room this week.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. Shocker.
I feel like we've certainly. I feel like we've really undersold womankind as well today.
Yeah.
Like we haven't talked about boobs. We haven't talked about fanny. We haven't talked about makeup.
Periods.
Nothing. Like we suck. Sorry,
Yeah.
girls. Like let's be honest. There's only one girl that listens to this show anyway, and
And
it's
we're
me,
not
so
funny either.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Maddie listens. Maddie listens every
Oh,
week.
shout out to Maddie repping the females.
Hi, Maddie.
We love you. She's so fit. Let me just put that out on paper.
Yeah, you done well there, Dan.
So fit.
Thank you.
Excellent work, Daniel.
That's what, it all comes with the territory of being an ace, hotshot podcaster.
Part of the job.
Well, thank you both for coming in this week.
You're welcome.
Especially on the spur of the moment as you
You're so
arrived and I just conjured you both into it. I'm happy we managed to get something in the can. Otherwise, it would have been a complete write-off. And I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, pleasure.
For those listening at home, we won't be back on Monday because we're not going to have time or anything to do the news today, but we will be back next Thursday, and you can check out coming up our Christmas special, which we'll be revealing to you soon. In the meantime, send us your first world problems because the podcast is entirely based on you guys. It's no fun if it's just us babbling on every single week, especially when we don't have interesting guests in. It's just me, Dom and Ross. So you can head to stickitpod.com and you can send us your stuff either by email, through the website, Facebook, all the social media is on there, and you can get all of our previous episodes. And if you really love us, give us a little share or a rating on whatever your preferred podcast client is. But for this week, I have been Dan.
I've been Lauren.
And I've been Emily.
And now you have to sing. Go. Dom always does a scat, but you can't
You should
scat.
do it
It's
then.
something Christmas. Go. Go with the Christmas sound.
Jingle bells.